I used to read the Quran every day. So I read about the Prophet Isa, who is Jesus, that he made a lot of miracles. In the Quran, I saw that they mentioned that the Prophet took a mud and blew to the mud from his breath. Suddenly, it turned into a bird. Then it flew. I had a lot of questions to ask. So I started to ask the educated persons in Islam about my questions. The only answer was, there is an evil in your mind. Go and pray for your God. Then I read the Quran again. I noticed something else, that he knows the future. He shouldn't be just a prophet, more than a prophet. And I don't think that our God needs a partner. So he is the God. He is the Lord. So one day, before sleeping on my bed, I asked my God, please God, help me to know you. I am very confused. Please help me. Then I slept. On my dream, my wife came and woke me up and said, please come and open the door. There is someone who is knocking at the door. I told her, go and open it. She said, no, he needs you. So I got up off my bed and walked through the hall in my house, going to the door. I said, who is on the door? He said, I am Jesus. Open the door for me. Suddenly, I was astonished and shaking. I was shaking. Jesus, the Lord, He wants me to open the door for Him. So I opened the door. I saw suddenly a source of bright. And He said, I'm the truth, I'm the way, and I'm the life. These three words, I hadn't ever read them before.
Fadi came to me with many questions. Some of them were easy, difficult, and so on. So I answered with the knowledge of the Bible and life and experience.
I told him these questions were in my mind 2 or 3 years ago. Nobody could answer them. Just you are the person who answered these questions easily, without hesitating, without telling me come tomorrow or there is an evil in your mind.
So then we met together. I discipled him and prepared him, and he was baptized secretly. Now he's growing in faith, bold in his faith.
I met Fadi after he had really began this journey of questions and understanding who Jesus was. He was all in for Jesus. And so I got to just kind of walk alongside of him as he began to grow in his understanding of who Jesus was. I would go and visit him in his shop, and we would just sit and talk and begin to open up different passages in the Bible. Once he discovered who Jesus was, he began to just devour everything he could find about him.
When I was Muslim, I was a nervous man. I always was angry. When I want to discuss anything with my wife, I used to break glasses, plates, anything in front of me. But really, when I knew Jesus and started to read about Him, everything has changed in my life. I always talk to my children about Jesus. One time when I was talking to them, my wife came and started shouting, stop talking about the Christ, or I will tell my father, I tell your father. Then my father warned me and he wanted to kill me. My relatives, one of them had a knife and he wanted to kill me. And I told my wife, you haven't noticed that I have changed? She said, really, you changed to the best. I told her, it's who changed me to be a good person, because He's inside me. He leads me. I talk in wisdom because He taught me.
And to see someone like Fadi who is saying, yes, my family wants to hurt me. Yes, my family is angry with me, but I'm also not going to hide away. I'm going to boldly share my faith with my family as well as others in my community.
He brought his friends here to the church and shared with them, and he's discipling two of his friends secretly, so he is doing a great job.
He's counted the cost, and he said it's worth it. Not only for me to know the truth, but for them to know the truth as well.
I pray for Jesus to give someone a little time to sit with me in order to tell them about the Christ, about the beauty of Jesus, about the behavior, about his love to people. I know the Christ. I know him well. He's the way, and he is the truth, and he's the life.